when you really open to oneness, you will find life responds in a way that it didn't respond before. This is not extraordinary. This is because synchronicity is about the oneness of life. Interacting is actually the oneness not just on the physical plane, but the oneness on the inner worlds as well, and the magical worlds, how they all come together in this state of oneness. And they happen because the connections are present, and you are open to the connections being present. And to me then life gets much more interesting and much more exciting, and you don't know what's going to happen. And you don't know how you are going to be used or played with, or, you know. It is a very, very different experience of life. And that is just one little illustration of oneness, of how it works quite differently. It also brings things together. One of the things of separation is we realize our uniqueness, how we are separate and different from other people. In our culture, we're kind of pushed to pretend to be different from each other. So we have kind of different hairstyles or whatever it is. But oneness works through bringing things together in unexpected ways. And that's one of the reasons I love the internet, because the internet brings things together in ways you wouldn't even have believed possible. Like all the lovers of a particular breed of dog, meet on the internet from all over the world. Or people who like a particular sort of kayaking. They get together there. They're present and they're part of a chat room, or they email each other, or they post photos to each other of when they were kayaking, or their dog, or whatever it is. It brings things together. That, to me, the internet is a direct manifestation of oneness. And it brings things together in ways, 20 years ago, you would not have believed possible. Yes, it can be used for commerce. You can brings together the buyer and the seller, and that's what people want to use it a lot for. But it has a much deeper underlying energy of bringing together all sorts of different people from all sorts of places in the world. Apparently, there's a young lady in Baghdad who has a website about cats. I don't know if you knew this. She has pictures of cats, and people post on her website pictures of cats. And she is in the cat world quite well known. She's a teenager in Baghdad, and she has this website for these cats, all these pictures of cats. And in the most unexpected ways, this oneness expresses itself. People come together, people are attracted. If you like, the organism of humanity begins to respond in different ways. And in this coming together, there is a life energy. And that is what is so important. It isn't necessarily just the coming together, it is the life energy that is pulling people together. And to be present with that and to watch it happen. Just to experience it, just to see how it works. And then you can realize you are part of this organism of life coming together in different ways, just like this gathering we have today, which people are coming together for the sake of oneness. We're actually conscious. We're not just cat lovers, we're actually oneness lovers. So we're actually conscious of the bigger picture. We're not just part of this organism of life. We're actually life being conscious of what it is doing, which is quite remarkable. That's what so excites me, is to be like kind of at the vanguard of the experience, to actually be at the consciousness of the experience, so that you can really be awake to what is happening. And then, of course, another whole dimension opens up to you, because once you are awake to something, you can participate in it. The people who are just going to the website looking for cat pictures, they are being unconsciously drawn by a certain energy of oneness together. It's quite beautiful to see. But if one can be awake to the real meaning of what is happening, then one can participate in it. Then one can directly engage in this awakening. And that to me is when it gets really exciting, because that means you can actually change something. What most people don't realize is, at a moment like this, the book has not yet been written. Most things are kind of prescribed, the broad outline of what is going to happen. But at a moment like this in cosmic time, it hasn't actually been fully written yet. It is not yet decided how the future will unfold. We don't know. And that is both very disturbing, because you have no idea what the world is going to be like in 10 years' time. And it always amuses me to see these people who kind of make these 10-year plans. But it means that you individually can actually participate in what is going to happen if you are awake. And that is the big difference. If you are awake to what is actually going on, then you can participate and help something to change. If you are asleep, you will be drawn into it. It will happen and you will be part of it. The world is awakening to a different stage is being set for humanity, whether it likes it or not. Global oneness is present. What amazes me is everybody talks about global oneness without any real understanding of what is actually taking place, that something is waking up, that a new way of being is emerging in life. And so if people just try to use this global oneness as a way to get more money, in this old image of, what I need, then they won't really be able to participate in it. They'll be kind of imposing an old dream onto what is happening. But there is a way to be present and to be awake and to participate.